Shit. Like, give me
Yeah, dude.
something else that I would really, really enjoy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
For
for
sure,
sure.
bro. For sure.
So for the next topic, this one's about Scorn. So Anthony G, I know you don't really like Xbox shit, so you could skip past this, but um, this game has been in development for quite a while. They started a Kickstarter for this. The game is coming to, I think this is an Xbox exclusive, right? Scorn is?
I believe so. Xbox and PC. Yep.
Okay, yeah. So I know that it's coming to Game Pass when it does drop. But it looks like they ended up postponing the game for a little bit. I can't even remember. Do you remember exactly when it was supposed to be coming out?
I'm looking at the original release date right now.
Uh-huh.
Hold on, bear with me 1 second.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I forget.
It was supposed to arrive in 2017. I guess they targeted it for the end of the year, 2021. So it would have been coming up probably. I would assume it would have been like this month or next month. And
Yeah, because it was
now
it was
they're
first announced in 2014. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It was
yeah,
I guess it was supposed to be released in autumn of 2021. So
right,
I don't think they gave an exact date, but that was their projection.
right,
So they've been uh they've been working on this game for quite some time. And I guess
right.
they released a couple Kickstarters, a first one, a second one for an additional 150,000 euros.
Mm.
Um, so I guess that's one problem too. When you do a Kickstarter, when they have the funds, I mean, what's their incentive to hit their target when they got the money already? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, that's true. But I mean, if you're getting backed, right? If this is on Game Pass, so now this has basically been purchased by Xbox to be held on their system, their service for a while. I don't know if it's like for a year or maybe 2 years or something, or just a permanent exclusive for just PC and Xbox. But I mean, I'm sure Xbox had to pay a pretty penny to get that game, exclusively on their system. So it's like, okay, I eat out like a bandit on Kickstarter, right? Xbox likes my idea and shit, and then they decide to pay me so that they can put my game onto their platform. And then I just decide, hey, I'm just gonna take as much time as I want now, right? Because I've already got enough bread. My whole crew is all like, they got their salaries,
Yep.
so now it's just about taking our time. We ain't in no rush. I think they still a small like indie studio, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They're
So
pretty
they
small
don't
studio.
have those shareholders and stuff like that over their head, breathing down their necks. So they decide to push it in 2022. And the reason why we talk about this is because there was a whole lot of backlash on the announcement that they were going to actually push this back. So we have it here and we have a little bit of time. So I'll try to like quickly read through it and whatnot. In this update, we will highlight the most common issues people have regarding this project and the reasoning behind some of our decisions. We have addressed some of these issues before, but we will repeat them once more because if you want to create something ambitious and consciously bite on something that you can barely chew, especially the first time around, you have to set up priorities and keep less important things to a minimum. What are we doing since the latest trailer was released in October last year? This is no big revelation. Here, we were just developing a game, and that is nothing more to it than that. A year is not such a big period when it comes to game development. Some people really, really dislike us staying silent for such long periods. It's the way by design for a few reasons. The only thing that will get the game out of the door faster is concentrating all the effort on development. That is our main priority. There is a
Yeah,
reason why
so
big
let's
companies
stop
show.
for a second and just chew that first two,
Mhm.
I guess, paragraphs.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, you know what I'm saying? So first off, I feel like it's clear that their main priority is development because
Hmm.
no one with a PR background would come out and just be so, I guess, straightforward about
Yeah,
this.
blunt.
Yeah, because no one to their customers would be talking like this. Like, they're pretty much, you got your customers in line. They're like, hey, do you got an update? You got an update on my product that I bought?
Mm-hmm.
And he's pretty much saying, no, just wait. So, dude, red flag to me, red flags. Dude, these first two paragraphs,
That's red flags.
red flags, dude. I'm a
Spam red flags in the comments.
red flag, man.
Yeah, man. Um, yeah, I mean, when you start off like there is no big revelation here, it sounds like you're just being, cynical. Like you're just being condescending or whatever. So it's almost like why you bothering me? But here
Exactly,
you
dude.
go. Here's a response or whatever. So that's kind of funny. He says, then he goes on to say, there's a reason why big companies show CG trailers done by some other studio. They don't want to interrupt the development team in the middle of production. CD Projekt Red. It's funny that they decide to use CD Projekt
Wow,
Red, right?
dude.
Because we had already talked about, CD Projekt Red being like the catalyst for a shit ton of pushbacks, and that they were just gonna take that, and everybody's just gonna be scared to drop their game at the time that they say, because they want to be extra extra sure that they're good to go. So it says CD Projekt Red had great PR for Cyberpunk 2077, but that didn't help when the final game, Cyberpunk 2077, should have been delayed for a year. But the hype and the pressure from shareholders were more important. Maybe if they didn't push their developers to create marketing content, they could have put more time into fixing the game. No amount of updates are going to make the game better or make it come out sooner. Quite the opposite. It's just more tasks on the already enormous list of tasks to finish. It's time consuming to make your game look presentable to the public. That is done at the very end of the development process. So they threw shade at
Yeah,
Cyberpunk
dude.
in this statement, and that's kind of like that's unsportsmanlike. You know what I mean?
Dude,
Like if you were using them as an example of like hardships, do that, but don't shit on them in the process. You know what I mean?
yeah, man. Just because Cyberpunk did this doesn't mean that you can do it. And like, this is red flag number two. Dude, what do you guys have to do with Cyberpunk? It's completely different studio. You guys aren't CD Projekt Red, so keep their name out of your mouth. You guys have nothing to do with them, and it's just underhanded for you to just even bring them in the conversation. They have nothing to do with you guys. So this is red flag number two. And then when I read that statement that they said that their developers were doing marketing content, bro, come on.
Mm-hmm.
No developer is doing marketing PR except for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's no way that the developers were doing marketing stuff. They were working on the game, and that's a big company. Their PR did their PR. The devs did the devs.
Yeah, they had teams, they already
Yeah,
had like sectioned out employees that handled that stuff. So it wasn't like it was the developers that were actually making the game stopping to do like the other
yeah,
stuff. And I guess it's true about, I don't know much about the gaming industry, but I guess I would pay somebody to make a trailer for me if they know how to make a really good ass trailer.
yeah.
If that's what they do, you know what I mean? Make me a trailer that'll sell my shit. Like, they gonna go through all these files and stuff like that. Boom, create one. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah, like the back of a book has like a description of the book.
yeah, like a quick
Well,
synopsis.
yeah, the writer doesn't always write that. It's someone else just doing a description, trying to highlight things, trying to make it catchy. So,
Right.
there's no problem with that per se. But
Yeah.
dude, he's spreading misinformation here. So the red flags continue. So
Yeah, for sure. And then he goes on to talk about the hype. Hype can be a problem if you need it at the beginning, but still need to work on a project for a considerable amount of time afterward. We didn't do the marketing for the market, but for the potential investors. We are going to do proper marketing close to release. Presenting the game constantly just creates a vicious cycle. Every update creates anticipation, which is a good thing, that turns into disappointment for some because the game is not out yet. We realize the frustration, but at the end of the day, we think it's better to lay low and have most people put the game out of their minds than constantly bait them. Now, so I kind of agree with that, right? Like, I would more so love to hear more about the game or even know of the game if it was closer to release. Those times where you announce a game, 3 years goes by, and then it's like, oh, it's finally out. You really did forget about that shit. But it's kind of like, sometimes some of those things are like, you announced it. Like, why did you show me this if you weren't even close to having it done? Like, I'd rather have really not known about it, and then and it comes up. But I mean, sometimes when they fade away into the darkness, and then you're just like, damn, whatever happened to so and so? And then a new gaming show comes out, and then they finally showcase, and it's like, oh, okay, nice,
Yeah. So this is my thing. They're talking about hype. You guys have not released a single game from your studio. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but you guys have no hype around your studio. You guys haven't delivered any product. So for you to talk about hype, dude, you guys are coming out of nowhere with that. Your game's gonna be on Game Pass, so it's a bargain bin game at this point. So that's why I'm just confused. Your guys' studio is 10 people. It sucks that your developers and everyone has to do everything. Wear all the hats, but
right.
I feel like this guy, he's on what's that saying? He's at his wit's end here. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he's overwhelmed because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he's acting like he's a celebrity, he's a rock star, he's acting like this game is the best game to come out. But
And it's
honestly,
like, bro, we
no one,
wouldn't have really known about your shit if Game Pass hadn't showcased it on their
and
Game Pass shit, telling you, hey, this is gonna be on there. And it's like, oh, okay, it might be another decent game that's on Game Pass, because they don't really got a whole lot of shit. But it's like, okay, this might be one of them. But yeah, that's the only reason we checking for you. Like, other than that, we wouldn't know the fuck y'all are. Like,
yeah, dude,
okay, you would be on like some. If it was on all consoles, you would be on some PS Plus type shit. Like, that's when we would probably play your game, is if we was on PS Plus or the motherfuckers that kickstarted it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, dude. Let's be honest here.
We the only ones playing it.
Let's be honest. The only one that cares about your game are your Kickstarter supporters. It's going to be on Game Pass, like you said. We're going to get this game for free. Or not free, but we're going to get this game for pennies on the dollar. So
Yeah,
I could care less when this game comes out, to be honest. You know what I mean? I
yeah.
don't even need it in 2022. We got enough games
We
coming
got
out
so
this year.
much shit next year, bro.
So,
This
yeah,
shit
dude.
coming on there is not like, ooh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I saved the space on my plate for this,
Yeah. So if you don't mind, dude, let's skip to the part that made people mad because this
Okay,
guy
yeah.
is
So,
delusional.
yeah, for sure. So if anybody does want to read the rest of the article or his release, we have the link in the comments. If you'd like to check it out, go ahead, click on it. I guess you could always pause the video while we're talking about it, because I'm scrolling through, you can see it all or whatever. It goes on to talk about development and then Microsoft, whatever. So anyways, release plans. This was the part where everyone got pissed off. For the record, yes, this game has slipped into 2022, and we will have an official confirmation of the delay on the 10th of December. It was supposed to be announced in October, but circumstances are out of our control, postponed. If it turns out not to be on the 10th by our or someone else's will, don't hold it too much against us. And for the end, a bit of friendly advice. If lack of communication is so bothersome, just ask for a refund and be done with it. It's just a game. You can play it when it's out or if you're still interested. Yeah. So when you tell me, like, yo, just chill, like, it'll be out when it's out, like, that makes it like, it makes it sound like you don't even give a shit of the fact that, like, this is on the Kickstarter. So this is however many people, 2,000 people, 1,000 people, whatever, that gave money because they believed in your product and wanted to invest in you. So they put their money out there like that. You got that, and now you're supposed to show and prove, and you tell them that, hey, if waiting is too much, just ask for your refund. I give you your shit back. We don't need your shit. We got Game Pass. They done already paid us. Your shit is just extra chips and dip in the office. We don't need that.
Yeah, dude, this really hurts their Kickstarter supporters, because those are their day one people.
Yeah.
You can't be talking to your day one people like this, the people that bet on you to succeed, because people like us who have Game Pass, dude, I could give two shits about this game, and him talking like this, I'm like, dude, this is why I don't pre-order games. This is why I don't kickstart games,
Mm-hmm.
because this guy's ego got inflated. Something happened to this guy. He thinks that he can talk to people like this, and in the real world, dude, you can't talk to people like this. They'll walk away. But because you're on Game Pass, you got Microsoft that's gonna be your saving grace. People are actually gonna play your game. But
Mm-hmm.
dude, this guy is just delusional, man. He's obviously overwhelmed. You know, they're 10-man team. There's 10 people developing this game, according to the Wikipedia. It could be outdated, I don't know. But you know, man, you need to take a vacation, you need to go to therapy, you need to relax, dude, because it's you're making a big deal out of this. I don't think the people are making that. You know, when he said it's just a game, I think he
Mm-hmm.
needs to internalize that, dude, you're just making a game. Relax, you know, because this
Yeah.
dude, he's bringing like CD Project Red. Some of those paragraphs we skipped, he's talking about development hell, all this
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I'm like, dude, this is the job. This is what you choose to do. So if you don't like it, don't make the game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
we
I
could care
mean,
less.
yeah. When you say you can play it when it's out, if you're still interested, it's kind of like, what you mean? I fucking paid for the game. Like I paid you to make the game because I was interested. And this is how you talking to me? Like,
Yeah,
man, that would make me want to just get my refund anyways. I mean,
yeah,
I'm with you with like the pre-ordering. And we've said this countless times, but it's just like the issue that, at least us on the WLG have a problem with pre-ordering is that ever since like CD Projekt Red, man, everybody is pushing their shit back. So regardless of what date they give you off rip, that shit can change 3-4 times. Like it doesn't matter. I mean, even CDPR's date for Cyberpunk had pushed back like twice, 2 or 3 times, or something like that, and then they still weren't ready. So it's kind of like, you know, I pay $60 up front, or I mean, with a lot of these places, it's like they got your credit card info, so they'll bill you then or whatever, and you may forget about it. But some of these, like, you're looking forward to that day. You've marked it out on your calendar, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get this shit and I'm gonna play it like here, here, here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go in on it or whatever, and then they cancel it and they push it back, and then it's like, okay, well, damn, what am I supposed to do now? Like, I mean, that's what happened when I was trying to play Biomutant. You know what I mean? I wanted to get it at a certain time, and then it got pushed back, and so it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna slide this pre-order off of here, and I'm gonna just take my money and I'm gonna just get something else. Like, why would I wait for it? I'll catch it when I catch it.
yeah. And I think that's the moral of this. If you could take one takeaway, if anyone
Mm-hmm.
pre-ordered this game, get your money back and just go put it on something else, please.
Yeah.
Catch this on Game Pass. Get a Game Pass trial for $1 or free. Try this dumbass game out, because
I
I'm
think they
calling
give
it
you three
what it
months
is.
for $1, right?
$3, yeah, 1 month for $3 or $1, whatever. But guys, if you pre-order this game, get your money back. Don't let people talk to you like this. Get your money back. Go buy a game like, Elden Ring. Go buy a game that's actually worth your time in your pre-order, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And he did. I believe he did apologize, right? I'm trying to see if he apologized. He says, I quickly and haphazardly read through the draft of the update and in all my wisdom approved it, says Beckler. That's the CEO who said that. He said he just skimmed through the shit. Reading through it again, it was clear that the hostile tone it was written in should not be how we should express ideas or plans to the people that help us out. We may be tired, confused, and frustrated at our own ineptitude, but there is no reason to lash out at you. For that, I personally apologize. I will do my best for this kind of outburst not to happen again. So yeah, what up, Trap Butter?
So
Thanks for stopping in, man.
what's up, man?
But yeah, like, I mean, the apology is cool, but it's like you really didn't read it at all. Like he had to skim through it to just approve that. If it wasn't him that wrote it, and then I'm trying to find out the dude who did write it and be like, bruh, like, what you doing, man? You trying to lose your
Yeah,
job?
man.
Like,
Yeah, man. I mean, the apology is cool and all,
man.
but come on, dude. Like, that was a long. You read. you wrote an essay, man. That was a couple thousand words, dude.
Yeah, that was
Like
broken down a lot, and
like
there was
his rage was
hostility.
consistent throughout. It
Yeah,
didn't end
man.
on the rage. The passive aggressiveness was consistent throughout. So all you
Yeah,
guys,
he was condescending through the whole thing. He wasn't just like, oh, it's one little part. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just that end. It was the whole thing.
yeah, man. So moral of the story is guys, go get your money back. Go buy a game that's worth pre-ordering.
Yeah,
There's
man.
very few games that are worth pre-ordering, but this game I can tell you for a fact, don't pre-order this game.
Yeah, fuck that game. Just play it when you want to play it, man. Because like you
Play it
said, it'll
on a
be out
free
when it's
trial,
out.
dude.
Yeah, just go play that shit. Get you a dollar Game Pass, and then work with that. You know what I mean? And do that because that little extra money that they got, however much it was, 200,000, 300,000 off Kickstarter. Get all of that shit. Take all that shit back, bro. Just
Yep.
your shit was not fulfilled. Take all that shit back because they could have been doing stuff like, for the Kickstarters, like giving them betas and alphas and making them testers for the game. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? As a benefit to being a Kickstarter. You know what I'm saying? Like that would have been dope. Like if some of these game developers was like, oh, kickstart me, give me $5 so I give you access to the alpha or something like that. That shit would be fire. I would
Yeah.
definitely help out if I could play it early and then give my, my 2 cents on how I think the game is, and maybe they take it.
Yep. And I think Game Pass is partially to blame for this. They probably got an additional check from Game Pass. I think
You
that
know they
probably
did.
that
Yeah.
inflated their ego. They're like, okay, we got Kickstarted, and we got Microsoft to back us. We're golden. We could just say whatever at this point because they got their guaranteed money already. So
Yeah.
it
For
is what it
sure.
is. But go get your money back, guys. Like screw these people. Go get your money back.
ASAP.
I love you, me.